to Bryon Knows Movies. This week we are reviewing The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. Is there anything worse than a demonic possession? Yes, things can be much, much worse.
The court accepts the existence of God every time a witness swears to tell the truth. I think it's about time they accept the existence of the devil.
The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, has us following our favorite demonologists, Ed and Lorraine Warren, as they try to help a young boy who's experiencing one of the most potent demonic possessions that they have ever seen. They believe that they have successfully exorcised this demon, but later discovered that the demon transferred from the boy to his sister's boyfriend, Arnie. The demon uses the young man to commit a gruesome murder, and Arnie is now facing capital murder charges. The Warrens rejoin the investigation to prove the murder was not of the man's own volition, but due to demonic possession. That alone is enough of a premise to provide a pretty compelling story. However, as the Warrens continue their investigation into the possession, they realize that there are even more sinister forces in control. A power struggle ensues that makes you question humanity in general. Look guys, at this point, Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga really are Ed and Lorraine Warren to me. They really put this franchise on their backs as actors and make you believe in the Conjuring universe. And they are nothing less than exceptional in this film once again. Ruari O'Connor does a respectable job as Arnie Johnson, the young man who murdered another during the possession, and Sarah Catherine Cook plays his girlfriend, Debbie Glazell. Both are relatively unknown, but hopefully can use this movie to springboard them to other roles. I was really excited to see that John Noble was in this film. He is one of my favorite character actors and is really tailor-made to play that creepy, not so sure if I can trust this guy type of character. Although his role was pretty small, he stole every scene he was in. This movie bills itself as almost being some sort of legal drama in the previews. So you go in expecting to see a lot of courtroom scenes and work being done with Arnie Johnson's defense team. But no more than a few minutes are spent inside the courtroom. I think that truly serves this movie well because it doesn't stray too far from the supernatural thriller roots that have made this franchise successful. What does give it a fresh take within this movie is that Ed and Lorraine Warren are more so supernatural private eyes than demonologists. It was almost like I was watching Mulder and Scully in The X-Files in some parts of this film. Also, this cat and mouse game that is being played with the evil forces behind these recent strings of demonic possessions is captivating to watch all the way to the movie's climax. Finally, I'd be remiss if I didn't shout out the tributes given to the Exorcist franchise throughout this film, particularly The Exorcist and Exorcist 3. Now I'll admit, I was excited but a bit nervous about this film. The first Conjuring was an instant classic, and The Conjuring 2 was also very well done. But when the horror movie icon James Wan handed the directing keys for this film over to Michael Chavez, let's just say I was just a bit uneasy. Now the movie does have some issues here and there, so I won't say it's perfect. For example, although it does produce some scares, we all know that Ed and Lorraine Warren will win at the end. And so you must really be willing to let yourself become invested despite knowing the conclusion. Also, the multiple flashbacks to Ed and Lorraine falling in love throughout the film get to be a little heavy-handed and overdone. Some of the ways that the Warrens get information in this film seem to be pretty convenient plot devices, but it feels more like an editing issue for the runtime more than anything else. So what's my rating? See it, stream it, or skip it. I'm going to give The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, a rating of see it. It looks and sounds great on the big screen, it keeps your attention, and delivers enough scares to earn its ticket. Now it isn't at the level of the original Conjuring, but the change of scene and pacing at least gives you a different experience to enjoy. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a guy that loves movies. Do you plan to see the newest Conjuring film? If so, let me know what you think of it in the comments section below. Also, what do you want to see next from Ed and Lorraine? I personally hope they finally do Amityville before the property becomes stale, but we shall see. If this is your first time watching, then please subscribe. I'll have a new review for you every week. Also, hit that like button and share on your socials. Thank you, and I'll see you at the theaters next week.